Hi, everyone. So I'm here to introduce Nearpod to you. I have personally never used Nearpod before, but I have had experience with similar platforms. And through my research, I found that Nearpod is essentially a place where you can take a slideshow and make it more interactive and more engaging experience for your students. To me, it kind of reminds me of Google Slides combined with Kahoot, Edpuzzle, Mentimeter, and I'm assuming that a lot of you have probably used it in the past, but here I want to focus on some of the excellent collaborative tools that may help foster social presence and connectedness in an online learning environment, specifically if we were to teach synchronous or asynchronously. All right, here we go. All right, guys, so here I am at Nearpod. This is basically when I log in my library. I just set up this account, so you'll notice I only have 2 lessons here. I'm sure a lot of you have used Nearpod before and have a plethora of lessons in your library. But if you're like me, I'm going to show you quickly how you go about creating or kind of grabbing a slideshow from Nearpod. So go up to Create. You can create a lesson from scratch. You may upload a lesson, so you'll notice that I uploaded one of mine from Google Slides, or you can explore the Nearpod library. When you go into the library, you have a number of ways to search. If I were to search by subjects, and let's say I went to science, I can search by subjects, grades here. Maybe I want to do some sort of lesson. And as I look at the different lessons and hover, it gives you a quick description. If I hit preview, I can take a look at what the lesson looks like down here. You can kind of run through, get an idea of what types of activities they have in there. You may add it. If you add it to your, if you hit add, then you have it in your library. You can edit the lesson yourself. You can pull things in and out. All right, let me go back to my library. So there's the lesson that I just brought over to my library. Here's one I did earlier. I'm going to go ahead and edit this just to show you a few applications, or I guess activities that they have within this. So here is, if I go to preview lesson, that's probably the best way to show it to you. Again, it's an interactive slideshow. So it starts with their slideshow, and then here's a poll. So they have great polling questions. You could use this as formative assessments. You could use this as pre-assessments. There's multiple choice. There's open-ended. You can bring more of your slides in. This allows you to actually upload a PDF. So if you have PDFs that you have students analyzing, then there's an interactive table that you can create where students can type in here, they may write, then you can share those slides with the entire class simultaneously if you choose to. There's open-ended questions that students can answer. This brings them to a website if they want to look at a website and they go back. It's just, oh, sorry, sometimes that goes back on me. Let's see what else. Oh, I loved this. So here's a video. You can upload little snippets of videos and then have students answer questions as they go. It reminds me a lot of Edpuzzle. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. Let's see, what else do I have? So again, an interactive chart that students can fill out. This is a nice little matching game you can do for vocabulary. You would create that on your own. More open-ended questions. This is a map that you can have them color code actually, and then share that with the class. So just so many different things you can do to make your slideshows more interactive. All right, I'm going to jump back to my Google Slides. All right, so as we know, creating a strong sense of community in an online environment is really key to improving our student satisfaction, retention, and overall learning outcomes. Rice emphasized that social presence is the backbone of instructional delivery. And as teachers, we really need to be intentional and consistent in fostering that. Dicker, Whiteside, and Lewis highlighted how teachers and students in virtual settings, like the one in North Carolina, are essentially learning a new language for online teaching and learning. And the tools that we choose play a really big role in making that transition smoother and more effective for those students. So today I want to kind of explore Nearpod through the lens of the 5 elements of the social presence model and kind of just discuss how Nearpod supports each one. Again, Nearpod isn't just a presentation tool. I think it is an interactive platform that really actively engages our students, and used properly, it could help them feel a little bit more connected in an online setting. All right, so now looking at Nearpod through the lens of social presence model, I took the 5 elements and ordered them based on the survey conducted at the North Carolina Virtual High School Study, ranking them from what students found the most important to the least important. The percentage at the top of each element reflects on how many students consider this to be very important or important. And then I went ahead and started with instructor involvement because this was rated the most important by students and also by teachers. This element refers to how much students really feel their instructor is actively engaged and invested in their learning community. I think Nearpod does a really great job of supporting this because it allows us teachers to play an active role in their real-time learning. I think the features like the polls, the interactive questions, provide immediate feedback, which is something the students really highly valued, as we saw in that article. They want to know that their teacher is really present and responsive. So I think these quick check-ins serve as like a formative assessment for us, but it also ensures that students are feeling seen and supported throughout their learning process. I also really like the audio feedback. I think in an asynchronous setting, we can record personalized voice message for our students, making them feel like we have a little bit more direct and personal contact with them. I think this adds a human touch, reinforcing the idea that, we're there and we're truly engaged with their learning. All right, so the second highest ranked element was knowledge and experience, which refers to students being able to really share their prior knowledge and their personal experiences with the teacher and others. I think this is essential for helping us to individualize instruction and meet our diverse learners, where they are. When used effectively, I think Nearpod offers several features that support this. Polls and open-ended questions can really help us gauge students' prior knowledge, allowing us to tailor our lessons and how we group students, accordingly. I think the students really do appreciate this based upon what we read in that article. Discussion boards are another powerful tool, enabling us to kind of pair maybe higher and lower achieving students for meaningful discussions. As we read in Dicker's article, students often feel more comfortable opening up to peers than they do to their teacher, and allows for kind of a more collaborative learning environment, which I think is a very valuable strategy. Additionally, I think the self-paced lessons help support knowledge and experience by allowing us to differentiate our instruction. We can adjust our content based on students' needs and leave personalized audio messages for further guidance. The student-paced learning, section, I think, or part is especially beneficial in asynchronous settings. It ensures that we meet students where they are and provides a really more personalized learning experience for them. All right, I'm going to speed up a little here. So with interaction intensity and community cohesion, both of these had similar results among students. Interaction intensity is, the level of engagement that the participants of our class feel with us and with, each other. And then also the community cohesion is really about those students seeing themselves as part of a learning community. Not all students really felt strongly about this, but those who mentioned it said it can help reduce stress. Nearpod offers a few tools that can really support both of these elements. I think collaborative boards are especially effective, allowing our students to communicate and share ideas in a more open and kind of interactive space. They can post text, images, videos, audio files, even GIFs. So it can essentially kind of creates this dynamic social networking like experience for our students. The open-ended questions also encourage deeper conversations. They could foster stronger connections amongst our students. For community cohesion, I think Nearpod's games and their interactive activities add a kind of fun competitive element that helps bring our students together in a little bit more engaging way. I think these little small moments really do help that interaction go a long way with students feeling a little bit more connected, which is really important on our online environment. All right, so the final element, effective association, focused on the emotional connections between students in a class. It was ranked the lowest in importance by students. I don't think it's because it's unimportant, but maybe simply other elements of the social presence model just seem to matter a little bit more. That being said, I think if I'm stretching a little bit, but Nearpod does offer some features that can support that emotional connection. I think one key tool might be the audio recordings within the slides. I think personally, hearing a teacher's voice, whether it be for directions or feedback or encouragement, can kind of create a stronger sense of connection, especially in an asynchronous setting. I notice for myself that I feel more connected to my professors if I've seen videos of them, I hear their voice, rather than maybe just reading directions for the class. All right, back to Nearpod for a minute. So a way to implement this in my face-to-face classroom right now is I could bring in one of my own Google Slides, upload it to Nearpod, which I did, and then add some of the activities that make it more interactive. I could do this so that we could collaborate in class together, or they could do it as a self-paced lesson at home. I added a collaborate board. I actually added an audio there, which I'm not going to show you because it keeps disturbing my video that I'm doing right now. I also went ahead and took a table that I had students filling out with group members and allow them to fill it out here so we can look at each other's, and also added a time to climb. So a nice little review video, review game for the end of the lesson. I could see myself doing this in class, creating a self-paced lesson for homework, or if I had to push out an asynchronous lesson like I do today because it's a snow day, I could use it for that purpose as well. All right, so if you're interested in using Nearpod, there is a free version available called Silver, as well as their paid option, Gold and Platinum, that offer some additional features. Your school district can also purchase a premium license for teachers. When I take a look at what the free version includes, it's almost everything you really need to effectively implement Nearpod into your teaching. I think it's a great starting point to start exploring their features and seeing how that it can enhance, student engagement and social presence for our online learning environments. I'll leave you with this quote by Rice. She said, "The sheer number of tools available for online teaching and learning can make the prospect of setting up a new class, and most importantly, for this module 3, creating a community of interested and engaged learners and teaching the content, overwhelming to say the least. The best approach is to take things slowly and realize your course will evolve over time, as will your mastery of teaching in new and innovative ways." So I guess my message is we all just need to be patient with ourselves as we start learning all of these new, collaborative resources to use. There's my references. Thanks for listening. I apologize for the length, as always. Take care.